Did home prices in Maryland just peak for the first time in years? And is now a good time to make a move, whether that's in or out of the state? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover the summer 2024 market update for the state of Maryland. And I'm going to go over the numbers. I'm going to go over what I'm seeing in the market in real time so you can make a decision of whether or not you should be moving to Maryland, moving out of Maryland. That's my goal for you after watching this video. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, my name is Eddie and I'm a realtor here in Maryland, and I've made it my mission to help people just like you make the informed decision of whether or not to move to Maryland, where are the best places to live, and what are the market updates to determine when is the right time to make a move. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So I want to start off this video with the state of consumer confidence right now. And even though it's up slightly year over year, the amount of people that are saying it's a bad time to buy a house is still at record levels. Nearly 80% of Americans say that it is not a good time to buy a house. And that's not so much due to what they think is going to happen in the market in the coming years, like that real estate is not the greatest investment. It's more because of the affordability piece. And all you have to do is look at what you're spending at the gas pump and the grocery store and on your utilities to know that the affordability is the worst it's been in a very long time. Your purchasing power of your dollar is at an all-time low, and that doesn't help when people are considering buying a house right now. And on top of that, homeowners insurance is up significantly, home prices are up significantly, and interest rates are still floating around 7% for a 30-year conventional loan. So the affordability of buying a home is at the lowest rate it's been in history. It's been hanging around that level, and it's no wonder that people right now are not confident that it's a good time to buy a home. But just because people feel that it's not a great time for themselves to buy a home right now because of affordability doesn't mean it's not a good time at all as far as investment goes for a home or the long-term outlook of the real estate market. So that's what I want to dive into now is the numbers so you can determine, well, does it look like a good time to buy other than affordability? If I can make it work, should I buy right now? Should I wait? Should I wait till 2025 when we think the Fed will actually make their first rate cuts? Well, let's dive into it and you let me know what you think. And I want to start it off with the median sales price in the region. And this is what all the headlines are going to talk about. And it's really important to know what's happening with home prices. And right now, we are up 7% year over year in median sales price. That is significant because experts were saying that they were expecting a 3 to 4% increase at the most. I mean, some experts were saying only a 1% increase year over year, but we are clearly defying those expectations here in this market. And the surprising thing about that is it doesn't really match because the supply has gone up. And with the supply going up, the prices have still gone up as well. And what that's telling me is that there's still enough buyer demand to eat up all of that inventory when it does come on the market. So all of the nice homes are still selling for over list price. They're going up in price. That's something that's really important to consider. I mean, active listings, though, are up 9.43% year over year. And this is why I think it could be a peak in home prices. Not only is it a seasonal trend where we're hitting summertime, and that's usually where things start to level off. We've actually seen that over the last week or so in Maryland is a leveling off of home prices. We usually don't see them increase more than this point throughout the rest of the year. So we will really have to wait until 2025 to see what happens. But we also haven't seen this kind of inventory increase in years. We're finally seeing an inventory increase, and that can completely change the state of the market. And another number that we have to look at is the price drops. And this is really interesting because price drops are up year over year about 1.6%. But that's actually a pretty big increase. That's a big deal when price drops are up. But what doesn't make sense is that with the price drops up, the median sales price is up as well. And really what that is sellers just thinking it's a market that they saw 2 or 3 years ago where they can overprice their house, they can sell it for top dollar no matter what the market condition. But that's just simply not what's happening in this market. In this market, buyers are more discerning than ever. They are more careful with their money. They're paying top dollar for a home, so they really care what it looks like. So you really can't overprice a house in this market. You have to price at market, just under market to get people in. And the people that are going over that are seeing these price drops. So what am I seeing out in the Maryland market right now, this past week, going into this week right now? What am I seeing with the buyers and sellers that I'm working with? And I list homes all over Maryland. I help people buy homes all over Maryland. So I have a pretty good sense of what's going on. I've been in the market for a long time. I've lived in Maryland all my life, and I see the trends happening in real time. Well, what I'm seeing right now is that the buyers that are getting into homes pretty much have to move right now. It's people that need to move because their family size has either increased or decreased. They either need a bigger house or a smaller house, and they absolutely need it. It's not people who just think it would be nice to have a better house and get all excited to buy. No one's really excited to make that move right now because most likely if they own a home, they're sitting on a really attractive interest rate. And if they're renting, they're kind of looking around like, should we just stay here and wait for something to happen to make it more affordable? Well, I don't think it's going to be more affordable in the near future, maybe not for a long time. But what I will say is, I don't see the buyers that are just interested in buying re-entering the market for a little while. And that includes first-time home buyers. To get a first-time home buyer to be excited for this market is very hard. Most of them are just sitting on the sidelines, like I said. So in order for them to be excited, we probably have to see interest rates go down and prices remain steady. Now, if interest rates go down and inventory remains low, we will see that increase in prices again. So what I'm hoping to see in this market is that inventory increases. I don't necessarily enjoy going out with buyers and only showing them 1 or 2 houses a day. I love the markets where I can show 3 to 5 houses a day. They have options, we hone it in, we figure out what they really like, and we go for it. I don't like going out and only seeing a few that kind of fit their needs and we have to kind of go for them because they need to move. And unfortunately, I think that market's going to continue into next year. And my hope is that the Fed does lower interest rates and that by that time, the inventory has just continued to increase. That's my hope. I would love to see that. I am not one who's going to tell you that every single market is the best time to buy. If you're a first-time home buyer, it's probably just not a great time for you to buy unless you have the cash and you're ready to go. You might have to wait and save up a lot more money and wait for the ideal conditions to jump into the market. And if you're a seller right now in Maryland trying to determine, should I sell right now? Should I wait until next year? What if the Fed lowers rates and prices skyrocket? We really don't know what the conditions are going to be. But again, if inventory continues to increase, that's more competition for you. I mean, it's amazing for a buyer. It's amazing that they'll have more options. But for you as a seller, you'll just have more competition. And right now, even though there are not as many buyers in the market as there was 2 years ago, there are still multiple offer situations happening all the time. And like I said, you have to price competitively. This is not the market to overprice your home in and hope for the best. This is not price high and hope you get the one offer. This is a competitive pricing environment where you have to entice buyers to come into your house because they're just not excited. I think 80% of people think it's not a good time to buy a house. And the 20% that do, they're probably not super excited to do it because of affordability. So you have to get them excited. And that's what I'm here for. I can guide you through that process, how to market your home, how to price it correctly, how to make sure you get the top dollar for your home and get buyers excited. I can help you with that. Reach out to me. Of course, I'll help you get it set up. But if you're thinking about, should I wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years more to make this a better investment? There's no telling what's going to happen then. I mean, my hope is that inventory does increase and prices do level off for a little while, and that wouldn't be good for you. So it all depends on what happens with the market. And I'm curious, what do you think is going to happen? So many of you are so well researched in this area. And I would love to hear in the comments below what you have to say about, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? What do you think the Fed's going to do? Do you think in 2025 they're going to have 3 rate cuts? Do you think they're going to have any? Let me know in the comments below so we can all discuss it a little more. And here's the thing, one quick YouTube video about the Maryland real estate market update is not going to help you determine for sure whether or not to buy or sell. Every single area is different, and that's what I'm here for. If you're looking to sell, I'll look at your individual neighborhood, your individual city, and tell you what's happening in your market so you can make the best decision. So reach out to me if that's you. And if you're looking to buy, the same goes for you. Where you're looking to buy can vary widely, and the markets vary widely. There are micro markets here in Maryland. So for you as well, reach out to me. I would be happy to get a plan together for your move. And if that's you, the easiest way to connect with me is going into the description or the comments below and clicking on the link to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. And I also just added my brand new weekly insider where I send you information every single week to your email on what's going on in the market, the updates, what I'm seeing. So you don't have to wait for these videos to come out. You get it every single week right to your email. Right under the link to schedule a one-on-one consultation is to sign up with the weekly insider. So make sure if you haven't already to sign up, and you'll make sure you're never missing out on what's happening in the Maryland market. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you stay up to date on all of my videos about moving to Maryland.